Hi, it's Alana from Baker Art, and I'm going to be doing a dip for the first time tonight. So I found this stuff in my drawer. I don't remember ever buying it. I think my mother must have given it to me or something. It's just a microwave paper, and it just is a shiny sort of surface. So I thought I would use that, do the same as plastic. So I've taped that down. Just make sure you tape it down or whatever you're using so that it's easier to lift your canvas up at the end. I've also marked the border of the canvas here, but as you can see, I went a little bit bigger than the canvas. Don't do that. Make it sort of the right size to fit the canvas. You will see why I had trouble later. So this white is just the white that I use for a Dutch. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio with my PVA mix. Now you do I don't know whether you have to do this step. I've seen a lot of people, the ones that I've watched, have done this step, do like a thin coat on the actual canvas first. So I'll spread that out, and then, I probably could have skipped this step, but only because I use so much paint incorrectly. So thin coat on there. Then what you do is you put down the base that you're going to work on to put your actual design. So now that's what your markings are there for. As you can see, I'm quite careful to stay within it there, but then I don't know what I did and all hell broke loose and I'm way outside the border. So, and that is a problem. And I also use too much paint. Use it sort of sparingly. You don't need to flood it. Now you will see why with all that paint going outside of that border so much becomes a problem. When I dip it, you'll see. So now it's just a matter of laying down your colours. I will list the colours that I used. You can see them all in the front there. That I'll list them in the description so that I can forward through this bit for you. Otherwise, it'll be a bit long. So basically, as you can see, you don't have to be detailed with it. It's going to get smushed, smeared and, smushed together when you put the canvas on. So you're going to lose any detail, so you don't have to be too careful. As long as the basic sort of shape of what you're going for is there, then, that's fine. And, depending on how much of the canvas, you could have negative space. Like if you didn't see, I've put all that green and turquoise around the edge and it's kind of filled that area. You don't have to do that if you want more negative space. I didn't end up with any negative space in this one. So then what you do is you put your canvas on top. Now this is where you can see that the problem came in with using too much paint, because now my design is bigger than my canvas. So I had to just sort of work out which part I would lose. So yeah, really stay within that border or you'll just end up wasting it. So now you just need to push the canvas down. So try not to smear it around too much. Try and keep it pretty level and straight up and down movement. And this is what I ended up with. Now I did do another dip straight onto that paint down the bottom. You can get quite nice results from that. I didn't quite like what I ended up with, so I didn't end up keeping it. But I did scrape up all of that paint and keep it, and we'll use it on a base for something else. But you shouldn't have that much left over. It's just that I use way too much. So now we'll go to the dry result. Okay, so this is the close-up. Yeah, pretty happy with it for the first try. Some nice lacing effect and stuff in the petals. I think it looks like a flower. What I did was I didn't like, it's just a personal preference, where the white cut off on the sides. I guess because of all the other pours I've done have been like Dutch pours and stuff like that. So I like things coming over the edge. So because what happened was there was no colour at all. So I just got, try and hold it and show you at the same time. Like see here, let me move that over. See here, it was like cut off like that all the way across. So I just got a skewer, and I'm not going to do it because I'll probably wreck it, but I just got a skewer and pulled some paint down slowly if there wasn't enough there. As you can see, I've squirted out a little bit of a few colours. I would just get a little touch and put it there and then drag it down, because yeah, I just didn't like, I didn't do it on every single section, as you can see. So this is how it was, but I just pulled some down in little spots just to give it some detail over the edge. Okay, so we shall see how that dries. Okay, so we're here for the dried update. So we're touch dry. All dried really nicely. Some nice areas, lacing, and the colours all blended together really nicely. The side drips that I like, that because I didn't like the cut off sort of edge there, so that was where I pulled them down. Just to let you know, this dried in very quickly, in like 10 or 12 hours maximum, which it surprises me because every other painting I have done this far has been at least days, like, you know, 3 or 4 days. Most, like my last Dutch pour was 7 days till it dried, but you know, obviously a lot more paint. So anyway, enjoyed doing that, really happy with the result, and I will be trying another one. I've actually just painted a canvas because this is a collection of paint that some failed Dutch pours that I would scrape and anyway, collected all the paint. That was the colour I ended up with, everything mixed in. So I'm deciding whether to do another dip with that or maybe a Dutch pour. I'm not sure. Got to work out what colour scheme will go with that. But anyway, really happy, and definitely be trying it again. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time.